Thanks for checking out the Mike Rochester YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at a bike that's got a brand new refresh to it. And today is March 28th and the release date of the Pace 500, the third generation of this bike. And it keeps getting better. Wait till you see what this bike has. It has something really special. Let's get started. With the pedal assist unlocked, the Pace 500, third generation, is capable of speeds up to 28 miles per hour. The traditional step-over model is going to come in midnight black or camouflage. The step-through comes in ghost white or blue steel. The difference maker is going to be the torque sensor, now on the Pace 500 third generation. The motor on this bike is a 48 volt 500 watt brushless rear hub motor, and it's complemented well with the torque sensor. So this newer model of the Pace is going to be able to get a range of 60 miles on a single charge. The bike has a Shimano Altus derailleur, hydraulic disc brakes front and back. It's an 8-speed with a trigger shifter. The tires on this bike are 27.5 inch by 2.1 inches wide. An adjustable stem. The backlit display is a BC280. It connects to the Aventon app, and in the Aventon app you can do things like up the speed limit on the bike and customize certain settings. There's a lot of other features, and there's also a community where you can upload pictures and log your trips and a lot more. You're going to have 4 different pedal assist levels along with throttle on demand. The left side thumb throttle is only going to work while the bike is in one of the pedal assist levels. The new pedal assist levels are going to be Eco, Tour, Sport, or Turbo. The bike is also equipped with a left and right blinker on the display, which corresponds to the tail light. I love the swoop back handlebar style, makes it easy to ride. The battery is going to be integrated into the frame. You no longer need to power the battery on before starting this bike. You just simply hold the power button in and it starts right up. This bike has a double-sided chain guard, metal pedals with reflectors. There's some pretty heavy padding on the seat, along with some suspension down there. The key is just to remove the battery, not to start the bike. Has a quick release seat post. It's a very small but bright front light. The weight of this bike is 52 pounds. I like to be consistent when we're testing these bikes out, and no different for this one here. So we're gonna pedal this just like a regular pedal bike and see how she does. So right now I'm cruising with 0 pedal assist, or pedal assist off, and we're doing 12.6 miles per hour. So we'll just kind of cruise around at this speed, and you can see I'm in gear 4 and pedaling on pretty straight ground right now. So let's go ahead and drop it into a lower gear. Drop it all the way down into 1 just so you can see how fast my legs are moving. Naturally, I'm not going to want to over pedal like that, so I'm going to bring it up to gear 3 or 4, where at least there's some resistance there, and I'll be moving the bike forward. Right now I'm going up a slight hill, so if I want to drop it down in 1, even up a slight hill here, it's real easy to pedal. Super easy. We have an 8-speed Shimano shifter, and it's a trigger shifter, and I'm a big fan of the trigger shifter. You always hear me say, one of my favorite shifters. Probably the favorite shifter I have on any of my bikes is a trigger shifter. So I'm basically just pedaling uphill right now, and just showing you the bike's capable of getting us uphill. Now, this bike is much lighter than our fat tire bikes. You could ride this bike like a regular bike. If I wanted to conserve battery, I've not turned my battery on yet. Well, my battery's on, I just haven't I haven't put it into any pedal assist level yet. I'm riding this like a regular bike. We're gonna go ahead and switch that up here and show you what this bike is all about. We're gonna go ahead and test out our 0 to 20. Just for the record, I am 255 pounds and 5'11". So let's see what we get here. So here we go. Eight miles an hour, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 14 seconds. So took us 14 seconds to get there. Let's go ahead and try it again. 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 14 seconds. So it looks like our 0 to 20 is going to be 14 seconds. Let's do a little brake test over here. So I have the stick here right on this line. We'll go ahead and do a brake test and see where we are at 20 miles an hour. Let's see where this bike stops for us. Let's get her up to 20 miles an hour. Slam on them brakes. There's 19, there's 20. So we're at 20 right now. Here we go. Okay. Let's get some perspective. We're using that stick right there. Not bad. Not bad at all. That stick is our marker where we start. So let's do another test. Let's get her back up to 20 miles per hour and slam on them brakes. Keep in mind, I am not a safety expert, bike mechanic, bike expert in any way. Just a guy riding a bike. That's my disclaimer. We're at 20 miles an hour. Here we go. Okay. That felt a little better even. Let's take a look at our perspective here. I thought with these tires being a little bit thinner, it might be a little bit further. That's really good. I'm really satisfied with that. Let's do one at 15 miles an hour. Let's see how that looks. There's 15 right here. Let's get perspective. Not bad, not bad at all. We're gonna come back up to the top here, see what the difference is getting up to 20 miles per hour in eco mode versus turbo. So we're gonna come up here in eco mode and see what we get. So here we go, in eco mode. 8, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20 miles per hour. I think it was close to 20 seconds to get it to 20 in eco mode. So back up to the top here and let's see how quick we get there. And there's 20 miles an hour. We cut our time in half just because you have that motor power available to you to use. So it's a good general idea. That performed very well. I'm very satisfied with our pedal assist level test, our 0 to 20 test, and our brake test. I have to say, this bike is doing what it needs to do for us. So I'm going to tell you what, the Pace 500 3rd generation is not going to disappoint. Let's pull over here. I want to show you a little bit about this bike. I'm going to show you what this bike looks like. So just to come out, we added a side mirror so that we can see traffic behind us. that's going to be a must when you're riding your bike in the street. We added a phone holder, and we put our lock on the bike. Those are the only 3 things that we added. We don't want to add too much stuff to the bike. We want to keep it the way it is out of the box, to just show you what it is when you order one. If there's things you want to add, you certainly can, but check it out. But by far, the biggest difference on this bike is the torque sensor. This bike now has a torque sensor. You also have your other differences, like with the different pedal assist levels. You now have off, eco, tour, sports, and turbo. So those are the different pedal assist levels that are on this bike now. There it is, the Pace 500, 3rd generation. So if you were to ask me, what do I feel the difference between the torque sensor and the cadence sensor is I kind of feel like you waste a lot of battery juice with a cadence sensor, because the bike just drags you up to that speed quickly and gets you to the speed that is preset by your pedal assist level, versus a torque sensor where you're actually having to pedal. And the harder you pedal, you're telling it to give it more motor. It's not just the setting that's telling it to give it more motor, it's you telling it by pedaling. So to me, that's the difference between the two. And it's much more smooth. It's much smoother of a ride because you don't get that jerkiness. It's a very quiet ride as well. Don't get me wrong, the cadence sensor, I kind of think the sound of the motor's cool sometimes, but with the torque sensor, it's just a very quiet ride. So what I like about this bike is it's put together well. The bike is tight, it's comfortable. The fact that you can get different sized bikes makes a difference. Get the size that fits you best. I was riding my wife's step through, small, and I didn't feel as comfortable on it. This is the large step over, and I'm much more comfortable on it because I can extend my legs. Now the large step through is probably the same height. So I think they did a great job on this. They added features that make sense and that people are going to want. Many people now want a torque sensor. I like the fact that they kept the adjustable neck. The swooped back cruiser style handlebars are great. I like the fact that we still have our throttle and that it only works in one of the pedal assist levels, because if you're at a stop sign, you don't want to accidentally hit it and jerk yourself forward. I like the fact that it has integrated back lights. I like that there are blinkers back there. So they did a lot of things to this bike to make a difference. And I like the fact that they're keeping up with the refreshes. It didn't take long for them to turn around from the 2nd generation to the 3rd generation to stay on top of things. Right down to their packaging. They do eco-friendly packaging. Everything is biodegradable that comes in the box. The box even becomes a chair if you want. So, you know, those things are making a difference for this company. Upgrading and doing things that are going to make a difference for future bikes is great. And they did that with this bike as well. So if you ask me, they knocked it out of the park. So after riding this bike all day, I'm a bigger fan than when I started this morning. I never thought that I'd enjoy the torque sensor as much as I am. Having a bad knee, I was really worried about it, but no, you're just getting as much help as you want when you want it, and giving as much back to the motor when you can and you want to. So yeah, I like the fact that they switched up the pedal assist levels. There's just 4 now. You know, it makes sense. You don't need 5 pedal assist levels. 4 is plenty. The tires aren't too big and they're not too small. If you want fenders or a back rack, you can purchase them from the Aventon website. And if you're interested in this bike, there's going to be a link in the description. Feel free to use that link. It doesn't cost you any more to use it, and it helps out the channel if you like to. But yeah, they did it right with this bike. I'm really pleased with the performance, the way it rides. the comfort. I'm a fan. That wraps this one up for the test ride and review of the all new refresh of the Pace 500 3rd generation. I'd like to thank Aventon for sending this bike out to us to test ride and review. I think they're doing a great job at keeping up with these refreshes and putting out newer technology in their bikes. So there'll be a link in the description if you're interested in purchasing this e-bike for yourself. It doesn't cost you a penny more to use it, and it certainly helps out our channel. So until next time, like always, ride safe, have fun, see ya.